in that little, oh, that wooden church house out on a hill. You know every Sunday morning.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say we're just gonna have to take a no lolly policy on the request. We will not do lolly request from here on out.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
Despite what everyone wanted, we're back again doing this again. You know why you're here. We know why we're here. I know who you are personally. You know who I am personally.
Actually, kinda. Shouts out to our regular commenters for leaving requests. And we're gonna do a few of them right now. Appreciate it. Thanks for sending us down spiraling this strange bottomless pit of monster ladies that I had no knowledge about. And
now you do know about them. Your life is better for it.
Kenko really is like some kind of sage who lives in the mountains who writes about these strange
disgusting
creatures.
Inhuman.
Sometimes disgusting, yes.
Only a couple times. We don't talk about them.
I don't know. Some of them are okay. But most of the time,
look at
just
that.
like
we're making progress. Remember when you hated all of them on principle, and now you're like, some of them are okay as long as they're just unbelievably evil.
I think the threshold is like a Yeti. Yeti is like the most acceptable as far as like low level monsters go, and then you get to like the mucus toad and like the roper.
I don't think you immediately get to the roper.
And like John Lasseter.
Yeah, John Lasseter, the most evil monster girl of all.
The true demon lord.
No.
You think Monsters Inc. was about Pixar?
Okay.
Alright, anyway.
What a great way to start. The first 2 minutes of this is amazing. I love it.
Alright, so anyway, okay, so this is a request. This is the Umukade. Let's see what it looks like. Oh.
Yeah, this is the one you don't like.
All
this
right.
is the one I knew you wouldn't like. I was really excited for this one. You're reading this, by the way.
Alright, thank you for watching. We're gonna close this episode early.
Oh no, it's only been 2 minutes. Well, our ad revenue.
What?
We didn't make no money off of this. If all of you would like to send us $1, here's our PayPal link on the screen right now.
Oh boy.
Send us the cash into your coaches.
So anyway, the Umukade. Oh boy. Let's just get this over
What
with.
type is it? It's a bug. Who would
Yeah, it's a bug Pokemon. That's disposition gloomy and ferocious. Oh man, just like your favorite goth girl, but it's a bug woman with 40,000 legs.
It's not even that many legs.
It's a lot of legs. Too many. A monster having the lower body of a centipede that mainly inhabits the Zipango region. The upper body has the form of an alluring beauty that gives off a dark impression. It's got that moody goth aesthetic. You know what I'm saying?
This whole thing gives me a dark impression.
This gives me a dark impression on my soul when I look at these legs. I like how they have the legs covering up, with the hips, and that's part of the like almost like the outfit. That's one thing a lot of these monster girls have, is where like their actual monster body forms like an outfit around them. Just as it appears, they have a melancholy, depressive disposition. They're very emo. However, they also have a ferocious nature at the same time. When they spot a human man, they aggressively assault and attempt rape.
I don't want to be aggressively assaulted by this.
Not by a centipede, no. In Zipango, they are the races regarded as Kaibutsu. They prefer dark, wet places, and they normally live in shadowy woods, deep in mountains, caves, etc. Sometimes they reveal themselves before humans when seeking a man as a breeding partner. Ugh. Can you imagine rolling over a log and then you just...
Just a whole human-sized centipede?
And she's like, human.
Roll it back.
Do not resist, human. They have extremely potent...
Human.
They have extremely potent poison within their bodies. When they spot a human man, they use the mouth of their upper body alongside it with the maxilla.
Wait, the mouth of their upper body.
I'm guessing it's the one that I was talking about. The legs that cover the body that probably stabs you with those is put poison in you. This seems completely unpleasant. Okay, let me finish the article first.
And then you can say it's completely unpleasant.
Along with the maxilla pads around their neck, was that? Okay, along with the maxilla around their necks and at the tip of their tail to bite and inject poison into a man's body. Men injected with this poison experience a rush of pleasure around the place they were bitten at the very moment. So if it's like the ear, do they get like their ears like, oh
Yeah.
my ears so sensitive?
My ears are so sensitive. I can't go to sleep because of these fireworks.
And their bodies lose all strength. In fact, the poison is so potent that even if they don't do anything for a while, the man will continually experience an intoxicating pleasure at the place where he was bitten. And after poisoning a man in this way, they will coil their long body all around the man. That's not like a snake coil. That's
like a bad one. They're all bad.
like a bug's scales. You ever like hold like a dead cricket?
No, not in about 14 years because I'm not a
Imagine
child.
like a dead cricket, like a texture just wrapping around you.
I don't think centipedes feel like crickets.
Well, I mean, like a bug feel.
A bug feel, yeah.
Yeah.
You said the same thing about snakes, and you were wrong.
Well, no, because snakes feel like snakes, because snakes have scales, but they're kind of warm and kind of cool feeling.
Yeah.
But like a bug that's the exoskeleton. It's got like a crunchy
That's their
feel.
bones.
It's gross. Okay, after embrace him tightly and bind him with their countless number of legs, just like the disposition, they violate the man with a melancholic copulation. Oh, ugh.
What's melancholy compilation?
It's just kind of like sad.
Kind of
like,
sad.
Like with no passion.
It'd be like a scene from a David Lynch movie.
Yes, actually, like that. Just kind of like with dead eyes staring
They
at
wouldn't
you.
like if this was a scene in like Splice 3 or something. They wouldn't cut away, and the camera would just be sitting there for 5 minutes. It's about people creating a monster girl.
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, I remember that
We'll
one.
do a commentary on Splice one day.
Maybe the potent poison and ferocious disposition isn't all that's terrifying about the Umokade. Oh, you don't say. They're obsessively clinging and affectionate towards their prey. And I like how this is the first instance where it does not use the term husband. It's like you are, in fact, the prey to this monster. To the point that it borders on paranoia. That's totally bad. Once they get a man, they're
This is absolutely not good.
There's not really a high point to this so far. They're never ever willing to be apart from him until he becomes entirely theirs. They continue to copulate a countless number of times, continuously spoiling the man's body and heart with love and pleasure, along with staring you dead in the eye with no emotion.
No emotion, melancholy.
Though they are dangerous monsters.
Truly the
as
French
such.
movie of monster girls.
Yeah. Just in black and white in like a dingy.
A basement
Yeah.
where you accidentally found it.
Ugh, I was just trying to get these old newspapers.
I was just trying to get my ping pong table out of the basement, and then I guess I'm a husband now.
You're the prey.
I'm prey.
They have a huge weakness to human mental. Oh no.
Oh, saliva.
Human men's saliva.
I like that this is in quotations.
They have high resistance to their own poison and are normally unaffected by it. However, when this poison combines with a man's saliva, magical transformation occurs, resulting in another poison they have no resistance to. That's a pretty bad evolutionary thing.
Yeah.
If a man's saliva enters their body through their mouth or vagina, etc., the altered poison violates their body from within, and for a while their entire bodies will end up being continuously attacked by overwhelming. Oh, I thought it like poison then.
If I killed them
Yeah, you were able to free yourself from this beast, but no, it makes it
by
worse.
spitting on it.
It's not working. In spite of possessing such a weakness, love and the sweet taste of spirit energy overwhelm them, and they kiss men against their better judgment, so they are likely to end up ingesting saliva on their own. Additionally, what appears like a pattern on the upper body is actually poison glands. I noticed that. They look like tattoos.
That's
but
cool.
Those are poison glands. It is said that powerful pleasure courses through their body if they have these poison glands licked by a man, though it's not as potent as when they take in saliva directly. This monster is based off the giant centipede from the Japanese fairy tale My Lord Bag of Rice. Hey, I know about that. That's there's an animated movie based on that.
When does the man get fucked by a giant centipede?
Oh man, I don't remember that. Yeah.
Maybe you should read it again.
Okay, real talk. So this is one of the first ones I've read that I can kind of say that there seems to be no upside to this. Like seems wholly unpleasant. Even the way it's written as if like the centipede is not something you want to come across. It's not like oh, you know.
This is a lookout, like an actual like cautionary tale.
Of like you will be susceptible to poison and you will be attacked by a gloomy, melancholic creature, a bug at that. I think the bug ones are probably worse than like
The mantis is cool. If you ever come
That's
across
because
the
you like
mantis,
the mantis. That's because
I
you
do
have a
like
thing
the
for
mantis.
it. But like, as far as my opinion, I think the bug ones are probably one of the worst outside of like completely fictional things like the.
you hear
like
that, everyone? Request bugs, so we have to read bugs,
No. They're icky. They're gross. They stink.
and you don't like them.
I don't like them. But like even like probably outside of maybe something like a slime, like the worst of the worst slimes, or like something like that. I think bugs are the worst because bugs are like gross. The idea of a giant bug that like.
Yeah, you've never liked giant bugs.
Well, I mean, even you like think about it. Like you don't even like bugs in general. Can you imagine a bug being like affectionate?
Well, it's got like a human part to it.
But this. You always say that.
There's less human here.
I was gonna say you always say that, but like the ratio is usually off. This is definitely mostly
Like
bug.
if this thing was real, the bug part would be like just take up so much space in this room we're in right now.
Like you're thinking about it like it's gonna have a conversation with you. Its mouth is probably filled with bug parts, and like that's the only like the upper part of it's like a facade. But it is just a giant centipede that attacks you.
It's got a human brain, or
no, it doesn't. It doesn't say anything about that. This is a centipede monster, and it's tricking you. Watch out!
Don't let it get you.
Don't
Even look at it.
Don't let your kids watch it.
Don't let your kid watch it. Do not shake their hands.
So anyway,
10 out of 10.
Down with bugs. I'm giving this a 2.
2.
Yeah, like I said, like the ones that are even worse.
I mean,
is
I
like
wouldn't give it
things
like
that.
anything higher than like a 4.
Yeah, 2. I'm not.
I usually save 2s for like things that are just like objectively bad. They're like a roper. Like
I mean, like what? Well, no, that's a 0 then.
Oh
If
yeah,
it's
you're
a roper and probably the Akaname, and maybe the Mucus Toad was like probably like a 2, and with the Akaname is a 0.
I wouldn't say the Mucus Toad is a 2.
What do you say it is?
Like a 5.
I know.
Perfectly average.
I know you've been okay. Real talk, audience, and everybody witnessing this. You've been hinting and talking about the Mucus Toad in joking terms, but I see you're honestly becoming really warmed up to the idea of the Mucus Toad.
Oh no, I don't like it.
You keep on bringing it up.
I'm just saying.
You keep
that
on
it's
saying
not
how
the
much.
Worst. It's not the worst one. We've definitely had worse ones.
5 is an average. 5 is not a
yeah,
lower on the scale.
5 is okay. It's okay, you know.
No, tomorrow I'm gonna get, I'm really thinking like a 7 out of 10.
I'm feeling a solid 7.
I picked up a frog in the park and I think it's kind of cute.
I don't go outside. I don't go to the park. Don't lie to these people. They're our livelihood.
Oh man. Okay, but yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Now that we have 20 subscribers, we have so much power over you people.
Let's hope this next one is. Let's see what this is.
Oh,
now we're talking.
Oh, this is the one that bullies the Anubis all the time.
Do you want to do this one since you skipped it?
Nah, I'm gonna.
All right.
Oh, I guess this is kind of your deal.
Okay. I hope I don't develop like a type that I enjoy reading.
Yeah, you've already done it.
No. And this is a snake. This is your bag, you know?
My bag.
Yeah.
They're on my bag, except for the bug ones. Except for the gross ones.
You wouldn't have a bug full of bag.
Oh, man.
Man.
I'm glad that's isolated. You wouldn't have a bug full of bag. Nice and clear, too.
Oh, boy.
You were so confident. You thought you were so smug. And then you fucked it up.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
How embarrassing.
Oh, boy. Okay. Anyway, Apophis. I wonder if maybe not now, but I feel like I do enjoy kind of looking into the backstories of it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to Google Apophis and see if Apophis has any type of historical significance. Whoa, Apophis is a near-Earth asteroid that caused a brief period of concern. Or Apophis, it's an Egyptian, ancient Egyptian deity who embodied chaos. Oh, this is getting really interesting. I like this. Anyway, so this one's mine. Apophis is a powerful Lamia family monster girls that function as the arch nemesis of pharaohs. That's cool. Vying with the undead queens for control of settlements in the desert region. This is like someone's favorite sci-fi book series already.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is what Dune is all about, right?
Yeah, this is really cool. Whereas pharaohs tend to practice benevolent, peaceful stewardship, Apophis prefer this subject, drenched in aphrodisiac neurotoxin neurotoxin. Ooh, Anubis, sphinxes, human men, and even captured pharaohs themselves can expect a life of debauchery if an Apophis manages to gain control of their pyramid.
Multiple pyramids. Jeez.
This is so cool, albeit as is typical of the profiles, the extent of the debauchery that is described is a bit exaggerated, hyperbolic compared to what actually happens.
Oh, look, there's the run back. Everything we read was the worst possible thing that could happen. Everything in this is hyperbolic or exaggerated. That means that maybe the Okame isn't as bad as it seems.
Well, I still hope they do take over pyramids and have these war with undead queens and pharaohs. It's still pretty hype. Disposition, bold, lustful. Dark. Is it maybe like the queens that are like the interesting ones? It seems like these ones that kind of like have like a stranglehold, or not stranglehold, but like authority over.
You want to get stranglehold
by a snake queen. Dark colored serpents that are said to carry the power of the nether realm within themselves. Dang, it's got some good fighting games. Apophis are monsters created.
Apophis loves Necrid.
Necrid.
Necrid is from Mortal Kombat Armageddon. You know.
What are you talking about?
Apophis loves Scorpion.
Why would you just destroy this momentum?
Just fucking.
Apophis are monsters created by gods as adversaries of the pharaoh. It's their duty to prevent the awakening of the pharaohs. I'm really gonna have to get in my modern day pharaoh, like the Black Israelites bag for this one. I'm gonna have to use that for the intro.
Oh boy.
Who sleep within the ruins of the desert. In the age of the former demon lord, I feel like I've said that sentence several times. Many pharaohs were buried forever at the Apophis's hands, never to awaken. The desert is dotted with masterless and abandoned ruins as a reminder to this. This feels like the intro to like the Mummy reboot. Ooh, this is cool. However, that is an ancient tale, and as of present, the Apophis's nature has been changed due to the influence of the new demon lord, and they no longer kill pharaohs, although they do still oppose them.
That's not as hype.
The Apophis have a powerful and peculiar neurotoxin within their body. When they bite someone, they inject it into the body of their prey. Prey is a woman. The poison eats away at her entire body with extreme heat and pleasure, making her flesh to become greedy and ultra-sensitive to pleasure. And it even makes her mentally morph into a lustful monster-like disposition of simply wanting love and pleasure with a companion. Once the Apophis venom enters the prey's body, it will never disappear.
Oh lord.
Goodness.
Jeez.
Ooh. It will never disappear. Prey, delirious and entranced by the venom, will end up swearing allegiance to the Apophis and becoming their servants. If the person corrupted by the venom is a monster, then even if she had a disposition that was warm, timid, serious, emotionless, pure, or stubborn, it would normally not assault a man. She'll become aggressive and try to straddle and ravish men. If it's a human woman, then she'll be reborn into a Lamia, and as the Apophis's loyal servant, she'll seek love and pleasure and begin to attack men. And even in the case when human men are bitten alongside with the pleasure and heat, they'll change into incubi, who will always want to drown in pleasure with monsters and will make suitable husbands for monsters. The Apophis also uses venom to subdue pharaohs and place them under the command without killing them.
Yeah, this is your aesthetic.
This is
cool. Everything you like.
That's not good. I got types that I like now. But okay. Corrupted by the venom and reduced to mere female monsters, the pharaohs will forget all about the affairs of the state and will seek out husbands, secluding themselves in the room with them indefinitely in that manner. And Apophis becomes the ruler of a kingdom instead of the pharaoh. The entire region around the ruins that were the kingdom of a pharaoh will change shape into a dark demon realm of everlasting night where the sun never rises. A fascinating atmosphere hangs in the air and will become a monster paradise where they can lapse into delirium and revel in mutual heat with their husbands.
Oh jeez.
I'm gonna have to get the spooky music for this.
This sounds like a bad time.
This is really interesting. An Apophis who has obtained her own kingdom is likely to keep aggressively biting monsters and human women with her venomous fangs to convert them into servants in order to expand the demon realm and make it even more obscene. The Anubis, who are the Apophis's loyal servants, will come up with obscene, licentious, whatever that means, schemes to expand paradise and enable themselves to indulge in love and pleasure. And the Sphinx will aggressively assault travelers and even raid human settlements to bring many men into the demon realm, increasing the number of residents in their paradise.
You ever think that like people like knights ever just like read this and are just like, oh god, how do we even fight something like this?
Like the desert seems especially like brutal with the types of monsters that are in there. Like remember we read the sandworm.
Yeah.
I think we read about the Sphinx too. This one is like the can you imagine the Prince of Egypt, but instead like a snake lady bites the pharaoh and like she becomes the ruler of it. Mm-hmm.
And then everyone just keeps getting bitten by it, and they turn into monsters.
Dang, it'd be like the plague, except the plague turns people into snake people. Additionally, the Apophis themselves are greedy for love and pleasure in the same way as those corrupted by their venom. If there's a man who strikes their fancy, they'll pour plenty of venom into him and have sex with him after binding him with their snake body to try to make him their prisoner in body and mind. Oh my god, they're also monsters. They're from the Lamia family on top of that, so their attachment to their husband is extremely powerful. Those individuals who find a husband before attacking a pharaoh, which was supposed to be the entire reason of existing, will completely lose interest in their duty. Translator note: which god made them oppose the pharaohs is not made clear. In case it confuses anyone, note the language of the profile. It says the pharaohs, the ancient Apophis, buried, were truly killed and can never rise again. Therefore, there is no contradiction with the pharaohs' profile stating the pharaohs went to sleep on purpose. Those were different pharaohs from the many the Apophis killed. Regarding the nature of the changes undergone by the pharaoh when poisoned by an Apophis, Kenko had this to say: in the pharaoh's case, please consider it like a regime change from pharaoh to Apophis. As always, nothing other than sexist hyperbolic expression. Why does he write these, like he finds these documents in a tomb and
because
then he
does. He does find them in a tomb. What do you think Pangea was like?
Is that like are these the documents, the lost documents from Atlantis?
These are the real Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, they're from the Library of Alexandria.
Oh god.
This is the lost history of Egypt. They get into their home and take much more time for sex. They will not sever their relationship with others. The families and friends can meet her. They will give the throne to Apophis, but still they may assist the governance. I gotta say, this sounds like a revisionist history.
This sounds like a back down.
Yeah, this sounds like from the Apophis Empress. There has been an edit to this document.
Yeah, from the office of the Apophis.
The Council of the Snake, yeah.
Please ignore the venom stains on this paper.
Also, the venom of the Apophis is strong, and it is one of the reasons the pharaoh cannot be rescued. But the pharaoh is a kind of MGs, like monster girls, so she will not want to abandon the life with nothing other than sex once she received. Translator note: in English, there are expressions like "give all one's time to reading," and they should not be understood literally. Okay,
I don't get it.
I'm guessing when it says, whenever in the article it says they do nothing other than this, it's like a hyperbolic thing. It means often. It doesn't mean like they don't
literally all the time.
Yeah. This monster is based upon the ancient Egyptian deity Apip, also known as Apophis. The Apip was represented as an evil demonic serpent and the embodiment of chaos.
Oh, good thing they kept that.
According to the mythology, the sun god Ra had to battle Apep every night as he traveled to the underworld. If Ra were to lose, Apep would devour him. The sun would never rise again. Dang.
Every night, you just gotta fight this thing.
Every night you gotta deal with the snake. You know what I'm saying?
Or like a trouser snake.
No, man, boy. All right, so
I feel like the Apophis would like SoundCloud rappers.
It definitely looks like it'd be on the album cover of a SoundCloud album. But I gotta admit, as much as it bums me out, the idea of like a demon snake lady is much more appealing than a regular snake lady.
Oh my god,
that bothers me. But
why are you like this?
I think because like there's so much literary stuff going into it that it's interesting. And look at this snake lady. She looks so evil. Like this whole article just describing how evil she is, and I like it.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
So you don't like it?
Nah.
Why not?
Because it's evil. I don't like it for the exact reason that
How
you
come
like
you
it.
don't like evil things?
Because they're evil. They're not good for you. No.
What a baby.
If you can get
In
with
my
one-
opinion, the Jedi evil.
in my opinion, the Nuba are evil.
I mean, you tell me the pharaohs were without problems. You think the pharaohs were all good?
Yeah, the Apophis keeps the road safe.
Mm-hmm. and like it's honestly not that far from like an emperor, like total control, like a totalitarian thing. At least this way it's described in the article. Apparently, I can't even trust the articles because the translation
is hyperbolic.
The translation of the Japanese, and also the Japanese man who wrote this, he was saying his articles that he wrote are actually hyperbolic because apparently they themselves translations from some fictional thing.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Truly, he is the J.R.R. Tolkien of human beasts.
Yeah. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah, well, I guess that's all that matters.
What do you think of it?
I give it like a 6.
Okay. Oh.
Lamia's are always high tier, but you know, her being evil docks some points.
Okay, so a gazer. I've never heard of that.
The Gazer, a monster with a bizarre appearance, having
Gazer beam.
Gazer beam.
Damn.
Chronos. A monster with a bizarre appearance, having a single large eye and countless tentacles with eyeballs. They're higher ranked monsters of terrifying power, and the main eye, known as the Wicked Eye, contains powerful magic. Perhaps for that reason, even after all the monsters assume the form of women, they retain their characteristic one-eye form. Spiteful and self-confident, many of them are antagonistic, and they have an insulting attitude towards people. They enjoy ravishing human men using the Wicked Eye.
Using the eye?
Yeah, using the eye.
Man, this looks like something a Mexican grandma would like be like, mijo, watch out for the gazer.
La
What's
what's it?
criatura.
Yeah, la criatura. What is that? The light extinguisher?
La luz extinguida.
Yeah, that's one.
Mm-hmm.
Many spells can be
Mijo,
apart.
stay away from the shadows.
Stay away from the shadows. Ay, Dios
Coco.
mío. Oh man, I would enjoy Coco a lot more if it had this stuff in it.
Hiding from chupacabras.
Chupacabra, I don't know if Chupacabra's one, but I've sent you a picture of a Chupacabra girl and you said it was disgusting.
Oh.
You'd probably like it now that you're warming up to this whole thing.
Is it evil and does it control an empire?
No, it's not evil, and it controls a drug empire.
Ugh, no thank you.
Yeah. Can you imagine Pablo Escobar, but it's but he's like a snake woman.
Can you imagine Scarface? But first you get the venom, then you get the power.
And first, the long drawn out S's. Anyway.
Yeah, we were reading. Yeah.
Many spells can be fired off by the countless eyeballs that shine alluringly, but out of everything, the ability they're most proud of is hypnotizing those who stare at the eyeballs. Through this, they can erase human hostility and hatred for monsters. There you go. You should get one of these.
This one visited me in the middle of the night.
And,
it could tell.
And implant suggestions such as, I want to be ravaged by monsters.
Oh my god.
I want to ravage monsters, and I want to become a monster.
I can't believe I've been hypnotized.
You've been hit by. You've been struck by.
A gazer.
Hypnosis is temporary and wears off with the passage of time, but even desires temporarily induced by hypnotic suggestions will generally have a long-lasting impact on the heart once a person who has actually tasted it. When they're especially fond of a particular man, by using their main eye, they can place him under an even stronger hypnotic suggestion. Due to that, the feeling of disgust towards the single eye are erased. Instead, the man will feel that the single eye is essential and overwhelmingly sexy organ.
Man.
And single-eyed women are the best reproductive partners.
Man, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that girl, but that one eye she's got in the middle of her face.
Oh boy. Ooh, I'm sweating over here.
Gets me going.
Gets me going.
Just the fact that it's like it's centered into her, and it'd be like, man, that girl with the one eyeball, I like her better than
That
everybody.
eyeball thick. Insert the picture of that man licking the anime girl's eyeball here.
Mike Wazowski.
Or like the oracles from Hercules. Because of this, the man will start to find them attractive to the point of being irresistible to their single eye. Just looking at the single eye will arouse them with such lust that breathing becomes rough and the lower body becomes so stiff and swollen that it is painful. Are you okay? And then when they sexually assault a man in such a state, he will be unable to refuse. After getting a taste of their body like this and knowing the filthy, persistent pleasure that it induces, a man will become as if he never had any disgust for single eyes from the beginning and be completely enthralled. The single eye part of the hypnotic suggestion becomes replaced with particular. God, I'm sorry.
We can't read.
I didn't want to find out like this with the particular female herself, and then she remains in the man's heart in truth, and not just due to hypnotic suggestion. See, if you hypnotize someone long enough and eventually they start to believe it, Stockholm Syndrome is really the true gauge of love, you know? It is a rare thing, but in cases where a man never had disgusters, it's rare. It's rare that people don't find single-eyed monsters disgusting.
You come across that one weird guy who's like, I really like.
I'm okay with
a
it.
single eyeball.
My wife had one eye.
Like she was a pirate.
Dude, you're telling me you wouldn't. This is a conversation for another time.
Reading the pirate encyclopedia.
Oh. And in the case where, on the contrary, the man preferred single eyes, the hypnotic suggestion will have so strong an effect that the man's lust will go wild. Driven wild and out of control, a man will exhibit such lust and power that he would be mistaken for an incubus, even though human, and he'd end up giving in to desire and ravishing the glorious female before his very eyes. They will be continuously violated until their whole body gets sticky with semen and their large eye goes out of focus as if they're enraptured. In spite of the circumstances of the situation, they'll have a stupefied look of relief and joy on their face, perhaps because a man accepted their single eye.
That's kind of nice.
Tenko's notes. This time, it's a single-eyed girl aimed at pretty experienced individuals. Behold, Gazer-san.
How come these are written like they're like that little, you know, when the author does a chibi drawing of themselves at the end of a manga?
I think that's what this is.
Yeah.
It's the second single-eyed girl after Cyclops. Maybe it's a many-eyed girl. It's a monster with a bizarre form, but it's a terrifying high-rank monster that can fire off very spells from the eyeballs. Its strongest one of all places those that gaze under hypnotic suggestion. It's a terrifying skill to make men into single-eye fetishists. For details, please check the erotic Monster Girl Encyclopedia profile we just did. They have a spiteful, antagonistic personality, but including that terrifying ability, although the direction is different from Cyclops. Perhaps it's due to a complex about their outward appearance in the same way.
Oh, because the disposition is mean and arrogant. So you know what?
They're only mean and arrogant because they think people don't like their weird eyeballs.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just because they want to be liked.
Yeah.
They want to be wanted, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes people just want to feel like they're liked, you know? So that's when if you yourself, audience member, if you're into people who just want to
have one eye, someone will love you.
Well, yeah, that too. And they're right in the middle of your forehead, just looking
if
around.
If you're one of those people
with a shifty eye.
If you're one of those people who was born with a tail, someone's into that. Or like an eye.
Oh, I mean, don't give them too much.
Hey, don't fucking say that while we're recording.
I mean, if you saw somebody with a tail, I mean, you wouldn't want to smack it.
Is it a cute tail? Hey, I give the Gazer an 8.
I'll give it a 7.
You know why I give it an 8? Because if you turn the 8 sideways, it's like two circles, right? It's like a pair of eyes.
Anyway, yeah, I give it a 7. I do like it. It is pretty interesting. The fact that it is like a Cyclops, but it has a bunch of other eyes on tentacles.
It's a Cyclops with the complex.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It almost feels insecure about its one eye, so it decides to have a bunch of other eyes to like compensate for the fact that it's got one.
And the other eyes can shoot off lasers.
You know what I was thinking? This one looks like Watamote if she was a Cyclops girl.
And Watamote girl would be a Cyclops.
She probably wrote all the monster. She wrote all these monster profiles.
That's why they're all disgusting and have so much sex in them.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I just want to be real for a second. After reading all these, I feel like I really am kind of getting a little bit of, especially with like Rio Draco, who keeps on commenting about different lore. And he explains a lot of stuff.
The lore that's not even in the entries sometimes.
Like some of the ones that are in the books. And like I feel like I'm really kind of understanding about not just the characters themselves, but kind of like the world that's around them and how it works. And it is a kind of interesting piece of fiction. And
maybe it's of decent quality.
We just had a whole conversation about quality.
Yeah.
So you're gonna announce that you're gonna vote?
Hey, maybe I'm gonna buy the book, and that'll be what we do for the 20th subscriber special. Because the book is only like $20 or something like that. It's crazy. It's a hardcover book. Who sells a new hardcover book for $20?
I mean, considering how niche the people who would buy those are. But, you know.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fun.
I guess we can look in the book whenever press gets it, and then we can.
Don't say my name. Edit it out.
What are you talking about? Your name's been in the intros.
Oh no!
You say my name all the time.
Nah.
Me nah. Maybe you should watch them.
I don't watch this garbage. I only watch high quality entertainment.
But anyway, yeah, I had fun doing these ones. Suggest some more if you want.
No lollies.
No lollies. But if you got any more weird ones or evil ones,
Suggest only bugs. Please only do bugs. I would love to do a bug only episode. That'd be so fun.
he already wants to do a
Mantis.
Centaur special.
Sansar special, Mantis.
And then we'll do the bug special. And then, of course, eventually we'll get to the point where we'll do, like, I'll try, maybe I'll fish through them and find, like, the weirdest ones I can find. And then we can just do, like an hour-long special or something.
Just the bad ones.
Yeah, for episode 10, I wanted to do something different. But anyway,
Suggest some things you want for episode 10. Maybe we'll do that and just be lazy. Not even attempt any of this stuff we're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for
It's
watching.
audience inclusiveness. It helps build a rapport.
Yeah. Build a repertoire or whatever. All right. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.
No lollies.
No.
No lollies. Only bugs, please.
No, not only bugs.
Only bugs, please.
All right. Goodbye.